Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. So finally, after almost a year and a half, I guess, I was able to procure my black gold, which is basically the compost. Now, it would have been done earlier, but unfortunately, people from my house were adding more and more stuff to it. Even when it was completely ready to be taken out, somebody added something into it, so I had to wait even more longer. But nevertheless, it's almost ready now. You might have seen I started the journey on this video itself. If you remember, I had used the old water can in order to make the compost. It took a very long while, and finally we have our black gold right in front of us. Now unfortunately, while taking it out from the can and filtering it off, I had made the video. Unfortunately, I lost the footage. It was deleted accidentally, so I've already filtered it because there were a lot of pieces like the pomegranate peels, some mango seeds. These will take a very long time. The pomegranate peels will take a very long time to decompose. Seeds will not get decomposed, but they all were added. So I had only filtered it. It's nothing much you missed. The only thing that I filtered it, and this is all of what is left back. Now it was already dried. I put it out in afternoon sunlight for around 4 to 5 days in direct afternoon sunlight for all the moisture to dry out, and then I just took a stone and I happened to crush it like this, so that if there are any lumps, they can break down. So I crushed everything, and this is the black gold that we have, and we will be using it for our plants. So all this while I was using the liquid fertilizer which used to come out from the compost bin. That works out really well. This is a slow release fertilizer. The solid ones are always the slow release fertilizer. Works really well for rose plants and flowering plants, all of the plants, but I prefer the liquid fertilizer or the compost tea that tends to come out, because the liquid fertilizer is absorbed by the plant much faster as compared to the solid fertilizers. But anyways, now that we have our solid fertilizer or the black gold, I will be using this as well in my flowering plants as well as my other plants as well, because very soon we are getting into the summer season. A lot of the foliage plants will get into their growing period, so it was the right time that I was able to procure this amazing black gold. I will also weigh the compost and see how much I have been able to procure, and I will also show you the results of this when I used it in my blue days plant, because I had done a cutting of blue days. The plant is doing quite well, but there are no flowers, so the first experiment is going to be my blue days. I will use some of the compost in my blue days flower pot, and we will see after a week or 2 weeks how it tends to look like. Now if you have a very large quantity, you can pack it in a plastic bag. Ensure that you're keeping it in an airtight container, otherwise there is a high chance of mold or fungus to develop. So ensure that it is kept in a dry, cool place, and it should not come in contact with any moisture. Otherwise, as I said, there could be mold growing on it. So that's about it. I will weigh this compost and I'm going to show you how much we are able to get, and I will also give you I will also show you how I'll be putting it in my blue days plant. So let's weigh it and see. Looks like it is 662 grams of compost, pure compost, very nutrient for our plants. So I think it is going to work out really well. So I will be using this on my blue days, and we will see how it works. So I have my blue days plant over here. Before adding any kind of fertilizer or any kind of nutrients, it's always a good idea to moisten the soil a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit of water first on the entire plant. This was a cutting that I had put in this pot. Flowering is not much, 1 or 2 flowers, but it has grown quite a bit. It was very small piece like this, but now you can see this is all the new growth. So now we will add the compost in this little by little. Not going to add a lot. Now you can definitely put it inside the soil, you can put it above the soil, whichever you are okay with. Now I do not want to take out the plant and put it back again, because as I said, it is a cutting, it has just started to grow, so I do not want to disturb the root area. So what I'm going to do is I will just put it on the upper layer of soil like a mulch. I will not add any more soil on it. This is more than enough. And I will once again water the entire pot. This time I will water it until the water starts passing through the drain hole. So there we go, the water has started to pass through the drain hole, and I will give you an update after a week or so of how the plant is doing. So checking on the plant after a week and a half, and you can see the magic. This is what our homemade compost looks like. You can see the amount of flowering. This is all the compost. I did a watering in the morning because the soil was dry. The leaves were looking a little bit shriveled, so I went ahead and watered it. But you can see the amount of flowers. This is the magic of the kitchen waste compost. So next time, if you have an option, please don't throw out your kitchen waste. You can definitely use it for your plants, and you can see the magic. Chemical free, free of cost, right from your kitchen. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.